Hello, dolphin families. Welcome to another edition of Bedtime Stories with Mrs. Moodry. This week, to help celebrate Chinese New Year, we're reading the story The Truth About Dragons. And this is a beautifully illustrated story where a mom is telling her son a bedtime story. And in this bedtime story, he learns about dragons from both the Western and Eastern cultures. He discovers that dragons can be both fierce and friendly. It's a heartwarming tale that celebrates diversity and the magic within all of us. So let's dive in and take a look. The Truth About Dragons, written by Julie Lung. Lean in close, my darling Balbe, and I will whisper a most precious secret about a powerful magic that lives inside you. But in order to understand this magic, first you must go on an epic quest to learn the truth about dragons. Almost looks like he's stepping into a fairy tale. You must put your favorite cloak around your shoulders and your sturdiest boots upon your feet. Leave on a day when the air is crisp as new paper, the wind is gentle, and the skies are clear. You will journey into the deepest heart of the forest. Follow the brook as it winds through the gnarled groves. Dried oak leaves will crunch beneath your steps as honey-colored sunlight trickles down from the treetops. It's like he's wandering through a forest, like in a fairy tale. If you encounter mischievous hobgoblins who peer at you from under mossy bridges, demanding trinkets or answers to riddles, speak briefly and make no promises. Beware the glowing will-o'-the-wisps, whose gentle whispers lure travelers from their paths. As he's traveling into this forest, it's getting a little bit scarier, and creepier looking. Look for a humble yellow cottage, perched on stilts at the center of a boggy swamp. A wise woman will be living inside. Her house smells of cedar chests, sugar cookies, and apple cider. A drink she will spoon for you from a cauldron. And when you ask her about dragons, she will answer. Dragons are fearsome and fire-breathing, my child, with wings like a bat's and the body of a lizard. Piercing horns grace their reptilian heads. They live deep underground, hoarding piles of treasure. Many a foolish knight have failed in their pursuit of a dragon's gold and fortune. And that would be one truth about dragons. I wonder why the author chose to say one truth about dragons. It looks like we're looking at a different perspective. You may also journey into another forest. This one of towering green bamboo, crackling and swishing in the breeze. A sticky mist clings to the jagged mountaintops, and crickets chirp a merry tune. Follow the footsteps of nine-tailed foxes, who turn into ghostly maidens at nightfall. If you lose the trail, speak with the white rabbit, who dwells on the moon, and keeps the moon goddess company. He will guide you back to the path. Soon you will happen upon an airy palace overlooking a towering waterfall. A wise woman will be living inside. In a sitting room that smells of incense and jasmine rice, she will serve you chrysanthemum tea in a delicate porcelain bowl. And when you ask her about dragons, she will answer. Dragons are majestic creatures of air and fire. You would be lucky if you were to ever see one, my child. They have a body like a serpent, with 5 claws on each leg, and a flaming pearl embedded in their front chin. They rule in the skies and rivers, commanding the rain to fall and the flood waters to rise. And that would also be a truth about dragons. Most adventurers have only one story to call their own, and some who cannot travel more than one path may demand that you choose between the clouds and the caves. For dragons cannot dwell in both, they say. But, my darling Baobei, this is a precious secret. Inside your heart is where the two forests meet. Both journeys are yours to take. Both worlds are yours to discover. And two wise grandmothers await to share with you their truths about dragons. And That's Elfin Families is The Truth About Dragons. And I love this story because it reminds me of our They All Saw a Cat that we read back in December, where the perspective of the character helps you think different things. The perspective of one culture is that dragons are fierce and scary, whereas another culture's perspective is that dragons are friendly and helpful. So it's important that we appreciate different cultures and different traditions. That's what makes our world special. And stay curious, ask questions, read stories, and explore new ideas. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week for a new bedtime story.